All right, we're now going to finish this amortization table by talking about the total row here. So the total row. Now, some of these things we actually get to ignore. The first thing we get to ignore is this one right here. We don't have to write anything here. And the reason for that is because it doesn't really make any sense to talk about the total loan balance. It simply doesn't make much sense to talk about that. Also, we don't have to write anything here because it doesn't make any sense to talk about the total principal reduction either. So those two things I'm just going to leave blank. They're just blank. What we can talk about, definitely, is the payment amount. So what is the total payment amount? How much have you paid in total? That makes perfect sense to talk about. And to do that, you just have to add up all of these numbers here. What I would do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go 5 times 276. And then I'll add on my final payment, which is a bit different, 276.47. And that means overall, the amount of money that I have paid to pay off this loan is $1,656.47. The next thing we have to do now is we have to figure out the total interest paid, which we're going to put here. What is the total interest paid? Now, you could add up all of these numbers, but that would actually be a little silly because there's a far easier way to do it. But again, it really requires us to understand what it is we're doing here. So pay attention right now. You took out a loan of $1,600. Now, to fully pay back that loan of $1,600, you made a total amount of payments of $1,656.47. Let's have a think about that for a moment. Why is it that the payment amount in total is greater than the initial loan? The reason why is because you've also paid interest on top of the initial loan. You've also paid interest. So therefore, to find out how much interest we have paid, you simply take this number and subtract it from that number. So let's use some colors here to show you what I mean. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take this number and I'm going to subtract it. Oh, sorry, other way around. I'm going to take this number and subtract it from that number. All right, so let's now write this down. I'm going to have to zoom in here. It doesn't like when I zoom. We're going to go 1656.47 and subtract 1600. So what I've done there is I took this number and I've subtracted it from that number. And in so doing, my answer is going to be 5647. And that's the amount of interest. That's the amount of interest I have paid in total for this loan. So $56.47. Again, you don't have to write anything here nor here, because it doesn't make any sense to talk about the principal reduction total nor the loan balance total. So that's it. We are now done with our amortization table for this reducing balance loan.